No Man's Sky Worlds Part 1 is the latest free content update for No Man's Sky, bringing the game to version 5.0. These updates have shown no sign of slowing down, and Sean Murray and the team at Hellogames have constantly exceeded gamers' expectations, supporting the game for over 8 years now. No Man's Sky Worlds Part 1 update has just dropped on Switch, promising another visual overhaul, and being the keen traveller I am, I thought I would jump in and test it out. What's it like? Let's take a look at the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now before we warp to the new update, would you mind liking and subscribing please? It's the best way that travellers like What's It Like get found, and I can't thank you enough for doing so. Now the first and possibly biggest change of No Man's Sky in the Worlds update is how planets look. There's a much wider range of planet biomes, new clouds unique to planets depending on the weather systems, and much more dense ground objects. The clouds look amazing on the trailers, but unfortunately and expectedly, Switch owners may need to lower their expectations as there are compromises here, and they still look volumetric, but they lack the difference in colour that makes them pop on other systems. Planets look great in the overhaul, with frozen tundras and desert planets getting some additional love. There is now wind effects, dynamic water, and all new creatures populating planets. The dynamic water looks decent on Switch, but there's a little bit of a blur around it, possibly from dynamic resolution or texture management to maintain frames. The addition of swaying flora makes the world feel alive, and there's also dust clouds and other debris that get pushed around by weather effects, just making everything seem more real. There are new floating islands with waterfalls, and you can land on them and build your bases on them, and it just gives your bases a bit of a more exotic feel. All of this looks really beautiful, and there's a significant difference in planets and the immersion in the game. I found upon returning to my barren lava planet base that there was a lot more scenery, and it really fleshed things out even more. Unfortunately, some of this additional visual fidelity comes at a cost. Firstly, the new clouds are very low in resolution, with heavy pixelation. It's quite obvious, and while it has a minimal impact on my immersion of the game, it should be noted. Also, flying through clouds can cause the frame rate to dip on occasion, which happens when entering or leaving the atmosphere of every planet you visit. The dynamic resolution seems lower overall at times, as well as the game just doesn't look as sharp as it used to. There's a new kind of blur to things, and it's much more noticeable than before. The game still looks incredible, especially in handheld, and performs well for the most part, and the minor compromises are worth the additional visual quality in my opinion. Along with the new update comes a new expedition which is titled the Liquidators. This expedition is a combat-heavy mission to eliminate the new brood of bug enemies that came along with the update. It also looks to be a vastly different departure from the other expeditions, with a more fast-paced focus that is reminiscent of Starship Troopers. You'll be able to unlock parts and create a combat mech out of the Minotaur called the Liquidator. You'll also be able to craft bug armor, bug trophies, and additional bug-themed base decorations. There will be a guide going up as fast as humanly possible, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. Finally, there are a few quality of life changes, like being able to rename discoveries on the fly, a new labeling system which was really helpful when facing a pirate dreadnought, and several bug fixes. There is also now the option to customize and build your own solar starships, a highly requested feature. And with most of these updates, we will see further refining through patches in the coming weeks to smooth out a lot of those issues that I mentioned above. And Hellogames is usually very quick to roll these patches out. I think there's been 2 or 3 on PC already, so the Switch will find them rolled up into one fresh update. Now, despite the small compromises, No Man's Sky Worlds Part 1 is a fantastic update, and I can't wait for Part 2. I hope you enjoy exploring the game as much as I do, and don't forget to enlist in the Liquidators expedition to unlock some bug-themed armor. Remember, the only good bug is a dead bug. So, what are you waiting for? Do you want to live forever? Thanks so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. The best way you can support me is to like and subscribe and continue watching my content if you enjoy it. But if you do want to go that bit extra, you can buy me a coffee or join our Patreon, which shows you behind the scenes of this channel. Thanks again.